Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, I'm playing series reviews I do for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, this is kind of going to be a bit of a three-part series. This is part 2 of 3, so there's a trilogy. It's a whole thing. I'm going full on Hollywood. But anyway, folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing today? Boom! It's my Red Star shirt. Which, if you were unfamiliar with the band Red Star, that's okay. I actually was unfamiliar with them up until relatively recently. I guess they've been around for a little bit, a few years at least. I know I want to say they got started like before the pandemic hit. And then obviously the pandemic hit and that kind of fucked everything for everybody. So, they had to kind of like, hold it on down until they could, get to full force. I ran into them. They were opening for a band, and they were on tour with said band, called Killer's Confession. It was these guys, a band called Above Snakes, and a couple of local bands. Now It's Dark is one of them. All the bands were really good. So much so that I actually got videos of pretty much all of them. Maybe I think I missed the first one because I think I came in a little bit late to this show. But all the other ones, and I definitely got a couple of videos of these folks. Just in case you happen to be interested, those videos are on this channel as well. I have an entire playlist of just concerts that I go to, so these guys definitely get my seal of approval. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Why is it part 2 of 3? Well, folks, because I just got through reviewing, boom, some buttered popcorn from Popcorn for the People. And now we're moving on to, boom, it is French toast popcorn from Popcorn for the People. I will quickly go into Popcorn for the People, what they are and their mission and all that stuff, and why I chose to go over there and review their products. Because normally my products are just shit that I find around my house, or, well, not around my house. Kind of around my house, just local stores and stuff like that, gas stations, wherever. This is something where I specifically, ordered in for it. And I did so because of what Popcorn for the People is and what they represent. Popcorn for the People is a non-profit business that goes out of their way to specialize in hiring and training and giving opportunities to people who are neurodivergent. And what that means is, people, as they say here, people with autism, with other disabilities, people who might struggle otherwise in a normal work environment. And I thought that was a really cool idea when I first started seeing the ads for it on Facebook. However, with institutions like this, you have to be very careful because some of them will go over there and proudly proclaim, oh, we hire people with disabilities, we do this, we do that. But in reality, there are a number of states that allow those people to go over there and hire these individuals at less than minimum wage. They don't really provide good training or work environments that, help assist those people, and there's no opportunity for any advancement. As far as I can tell with Popcorn for the People, the research that I've done and the reason why I waited a little bit, I wanted to make sure, as much as I could, that things were on the level. And it seems very much the case. As somebody who has friends and family who are neurodiverse, and as somebody who myself I very well could be, I thought this was a really cool thing, and I wanted to highlight it. So, this is the second type of popcorn that I'm reviewing from them. And I do like, they have a little thing on the back. It says, this bag was labeled, packed, and made by Michael. Favorite flavors are Chicago baked cheddar. And his job specialty is making popcorn. I'm pretty happy about that. So let's give it a go. This sounds amazing, by the way. I'm like super excited. Alright. Let's start it off with just a single kernel, and then we'll go from there. Ooh. Ooh, interesting. Very interesting. Ooh, it's good. I like this a lot. So, there's a lot of things going on here. And it makes me really happy that I tried the buttered before I tried this, because there's a compare and contrast aspect. Now, obviously, the flavors are going to be different. And the French toast aspect of this is really nice. One thing I will note with the popcorn for the people flavors, they have good flavor. Their flavor is a little bit light compared to some of the other, like maybe gourmet flavored popcorns that are available. But that's not inherently a bad thing. I mean, preference being what it is. This, the flavor is very nice. And the cool thing about it is that I wasn't expecting, not only is the flavor different, the texture is very different than the buttered popcorn. The buttered popcorn I mentioned was pretty much perfect popcorn texture for me personally. It was, firm but not like too hard. It wasn't like too soft. It was like just right in the middle. It allowed you to enjoy it in your mouth. With this, it's a little bit lighter, but the other aspect of it is it has a little extra crispiness to it. So when you bite into it, it kind of breaks apart a little bit, and then you get the popcorn flavor and you get the French toast flavor. And like I said, I figured it would just be basically the same texture, just different flavor. But it's really cool that it's, I wasn't expecting that. And it adds to that French toast aspect. It shows that they're going over there and really thinking about this, besides just going over there and putting some cinnamon and crap on it to go over there and make it taste like French toast. But no, but we have to go over there and do the full hand test, because no one eats just a single kernel of popcorn. It's illegal in some states, I'm sure. Probably Illinois, since it's our state snack. This one has much more of a crunch to it. While at the same time still being a very nice texture. I don't know if I've ever had popcorn with quite this exact texture. It's really cool. It gives it a very nice added dimension to the whole thing that I wouldn't have expected. And then the French toast aspect is nice as well. It's light, but ever present. And similar to the buttered popcorn, about 3/4 of the way through the chewing experience, that's when you really get hit with that flavor. And it's nice. It's got a cinnamon aspect to it, but it's not like overly cinnamony. You can tell there's other things going on. And the question has to be asked, is it then actually evocative of French toast flavor? Obviously, it's not going to be a 1-for-1. There's a lot of stuff that goes into French toast being proper French toast. But the seasoning that they use and everything, plus the added texture process and everything like that, I can see where it's coming from. 100%. And the thing is, when it comes to these more like sweet flavored popcorns, and mind you, this is not like sweet. It's not like, I wouldn't say it's like a candy popcorn, like caramel corn. Something like that. It's a bit more of like there's no good way to put it. Like, it just feels like a interestingly seasoned popcorn, I guess is the best way to put it. But yeah, the nice thing about it is that since it isn't like a heavy candy popcorn, it's not like trying to be overly sweet. It really is just allowing you to enjoy not only the popcorn flavor, not only the interesting texture aspect to it, but again, just that sort of, that French toast seasoning kind of aspect. And it's honestly really good. Like, I personally, when it comes to the ones that are, again, a little bit sweeter and stuff, they're very hit or miss for me. And with this one in particular, probably because it isn't that sweet, it's really nice. But, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Yes and yes. Clearly. I mean, I've been saying nice things about it this whole time. And one thing I do want to stress, I stressed in my previous review, regardless of how much I might like the idea behind popcorn for the people and what they're hopefully doing for, those individuals that they're helping, I am not going to upsell it to you just because. Like, it's great if you have a good mission statement and, if you're doing good things for people, but at the end of the day, if you're putting out a product, you have to stand by that product. So I'm not going to go over there and bullshit you folks. Okay, that's not going to happen. I really like this. It's very tasty. It's interesting. I know that French toast is like a flavor of popcorn. I've never personally had it before. I really liked it though. I like French toast, so there you go. But I like the way that they, instituted it. I like the way that they put the whole thing together, not only on a flavor level, but a textural level. It made it really kind of fun. And that, I think, is one of the cool things about it. Like, not only does it just taste good, but it's kind of a fun experience, which probably shows, my age, being 37. Popcorn is fun. Shut up, Grandpa. Ugh. Don't tell grandparents to shut up. I did that once when I was a little kid with my grandpa. It's a true story. I loved my grandpa, man. He was like one of the sweetest friggin' people you'd ever meet. But I was just a bratty, spoiled little kid. And I went over there and, I don't know, I wanted some toy or some shit, I'm sure. And I went over there and I was like, ba 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 ba. And one of my uncles came home, because at the time we all kind of had a communal thing going on, living with my grandparents. And one of my uncles came home and he saw that and he dragged my ass into the other room and he's like, if I ever see you doing that again, it's like, I'm going to tell your dad, I'm going to tell your aunts, everybody in the family, you're going to get an ass whooping. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Deal. And I was never mean to my grandpa again, which was a right way to handle that. But anyway, and yeah, as for going over there and recommending it, I think it's really, genuinely, again, just outside of the mission statement or anything like that, I think that they're putting out a really nice product. The only point of contention I could say for people maybe getting into it, it might be a little bit light on the flavor for some people, but personally I think it's really nice for casual setting. Like, if you're not trying to go over there and just have a decadent popcorn experience, I think this works really well. And at the same time, it's still flavorful, and it's also kind of a talking piece. It's something that you could go over there. I mean, when the fuck do you have French toast popcorn, right? You could go over there and, pass it around and stuff like that. Whether or not, again, you're behind the whole ideas that they promote, but I think it's a win-win. Good product, helping good people. Final 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of the day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month. Spend this rest here. Folks, you can go over there, have yourselves a truly French toast-tastic rest of your life. Because, hey man, French toast is fantastic. Now, is it better than waffles, pancakes? Look, I'm not even going to get into that, but final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, appreciated, but what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there with you in it. And as much as, we try to bring positivity into the world, be it through, official means or just, day-to-day on the street, we can't always do that. Life is very stressful and frustrating sometimes, and when we have to deal with that, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, especially in the vein of this particular trilogy of videos, because there is another one coming. Keep an eye out for it. My hope always with my videos is that they can be something positive for people. Whether it's through, a positive review, whether it's through, my personal recommendation, whether it's just, entertaining for people. That really is kind of what I want the hallmark of my channel to be about. Food reviews or whatever, I want what I do to go over there and have a positive impact, even if it's just on a very, very minor scale. And, I just want to go over there for anybody out there, if you can do that in whatever way works best for you, do it. It doesn't take a lot of effort to put the positivity out there, and the impact that it can have can be immeasurable. But even if you can't do that, that's okay too. Just like I always say, try not to be an asshole. If you can't put the good stuff out there, just try not to take it away, right?